In 1949, George Orwell published a novel about a world where truth was controlled by the state, where language was engineered to limit thought, and where a screen in every home watched your every move. He called it 1984. We called it fiction.
Orwell wasn't predicting the future. He was warning us about the present, then and now.
Because the world he described wasn't born in 1984. It's been building quietly, year by year, with our permission.
And unlike Winston Smith, the novel's protagonist, we haven't been forced to accept it. We've welcomed it.
Orwell's novel introduced us to concepts that have since seeped into our daily vocabulary. Big Brother, thought police, doublethink, newspeak. We use these words casually now. But we've stopped asking whether they describe our reality.
So let's ask that question, not to be dramatic, but because if Orwell was right about the direction, then maybe he was also right about the destination.
In 1984, Big Brother was a face, a figurehead, a symbol of the party's absolute authority. But today's Big Brother doesn't have a face.
In 1984, Big Brother was a face, a figurehead, a symbol of the party's absolute authority. But today's Big Brother doesn't have a face.
It's a system, an architecture of data collection that spans governments, corporations, and algorithms working in concert.
We call them smart speakers, smart displays, smart homes. But smart for whom? In London, there's an estimated 1 surveillance camera for every 14 people. In cities across the world, facial recognition software runs continuously, often without explicit consent. Orwell's surveillance state was blunt. Ours is elegant. It doesn't need to force us into line. It just collects, predicts, and nudges.
The question isn't whether we're being watched. We know we are. The question is, who's watching the watchers? In the novel, the party watched to control. Today, corporations watch to profit. Governments watch to secure. And somewhere in the middle, the lines have blurred. There are no lines anymore.
Orwell coined the term doublethink, the ability to hold two contradictory beliefs at once and accept both as true. We see it everywhere now. We value your privacy as our data is harvested. This technology will empower you as it learns to predict your behavior better than you know yourself.
Doublethink is what allows us to say, I have nothing to hide, while instinctively pulling our phone closer when someone glances at it.
Our freedom. Choices and freedom.
It's also the language of power. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. In Orwell's world, those slogans were absurd on their face. But today, we sign agreements we don't read. We accept cookies we don't understand. We trade privacy for convenience and call it a fair exchange. That's doublethink. And we're not being forced into it. We're performing it voluntarily. Orwell believed doublethink was the most powerful tool of control, because once you can hold two opposing ideas without discomfort, you no longer need an external enemy. In 1984, the party created Newspeak, a language designed to shrink the range of thought. Remove words that express rebellion, and you remove the concept of rebellion itself.
We don't have Newspeak, but we have something subtler. Algorithms that suggest what we should say, platforms that reward certain language and suppress others. Language isn't just how we communicate, it's how we think. When our vocabulary shrinks, our imagination shrinks with it.
Terms like surveillance capitalism, algorithmic bias, digital autonomy, these are relatively new words.
And they emerged precisely because we needed language to describe what was happening to us.
But when platforms limit which words are visible,
or when corporate interests shape public vocabulary, we're not being controlled by a party. We're being conditioned by a system. And conditioning, unlike force, doesn't require a revolution to resist. It just requires awareness.
The Ministry of Truth reminds you that ignorance is strength. Be vigilant, report suspects. Big Brother is watching. The Ministry of Truth reminds you that ignorance is strength. Be vigilant, report suspects. Big Brother is watching.
Orwell's novel ends with Winston broken, not by torture alone, but by being forced to love his oppressor, to believe the lie so completely that he could no longer remember the truth. Our ending hasn't been written yet, but there's a question we need to sit with. If the tools of control are no longer a menacing face on a poster, but the devices we reach for first in the morning and last at night, then who exactly is in control? Orwell believed the future would be a boot stamping on a human face, forever. But maybe the future is quieter. A notification, a recommendation, a personalized feed that keeps us comfortable, distracted, and docile. The warning was never just about tyranny. It was about apathy. So here's the real question. Are we still capable of looking up? Subscribe to join the conversation about the hidden messages, warnings, and truths we're not supposed to see. And let me know in the comments, what Orwellian concept do you see most clearly in the world today?
Subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that ask the biggest questions. The truth is hiding in plain sight. Let's keep finding it together.